Yo, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another weekly market breakdown where we do take a look at the market from both a technical and a fundamental perspective. Now, a lot of people had asked me to do the breakdown, and yeah, I thought, you know what, let me just drop it today as early as I can in the week for you guys to take a look at as well. But before we get there, we are going to take a look at the news releases that we got last week. And if you guys are looking for a reputable news source, I am using Fastwall. I recommend it. They've got some AI signals that you can see over here. They've also got analysis. They also got up-to-date 24/7 news that basically keeps you up to date, which I use over here to check out for any news events that does take place as well. Their signals is free. It's got a TP, SL, and an open there also. So the main events that we had last week was basically we had the unemployment rate, and we had the NFP basically, right? So the NFP data actually came through weaker than anticipated. We're now starting with a problem for the US where you have high unemployment, you've got high inflation, and you've got a Federal Reserve that says you can't hike the interest rate still, right? Any case, this week is not that busy, so we are just gonna delve straight into the information. I have added GU and AU to the list for the people who said, can you add currency pairs? Now, guys, I don't really need to do any dollar currency pairs, right? You can just use the information for the dollar index to go and determine the bias I would have on GU or AU as well. So let's get straight into it. Right now, firstly, we can see the dollar index finally found the support over here. What we have over here is we had a market that had broken above a very important structural level over here. This level acted as a level of support, resistance. Market broke above resistance, came back, tested it as support. The market also broke below support, and we can definitely expect the market to continue higher first before continuing lower once again. Next week, we've got some more CPI data coming through that will be a key event for us to determine whether or not we could potentially see inflation continuing higher as well. From here, I do expect the market to continue slightly higher because we are stuck between these two levels over here. Ultimately, we could potentially still see the dollar index continue higher, but from here it's basically a short move, and like I said, not a lot of news events taking place this week here as well, right? So let's remove that very quickly. The Dow Jones, as you can see, clearly on its way to go and test this previous level of resistance. We also have a market that's about to complete the same formation, this W formation, which is normally considered a bullish pattern from a technical perspective. So from here, I do expect the market to continue lower, and then from there pull back to the neckline, which is also the previous level of resistance, acting as a level of support, right? Next, we've got the Nasdaq 100, and on the Nasdaq 100, we got a similar price action here, but we can see this market that had broken above this level of support, came back, tested it as resistance, broke above resistance. I also anticipate this market to continue higher before we could potentially see any U-turns to take place in this market here as well. Now, these are not the rules for entry. I'm sure you have rules that you follow to apply for your entry, right? Now, next we've got is gold, right? I've actually got a short on gold. Let me just remove it here for you guys very quickly. Clearly, we can see this market is in bearish territory, right? We can see there the market broke below support, came back, tested it as resistance, got some retail traders out there, came back down, then completed this almost useless looking W formation. But the way I see it, again, I'm not saying if you do trade SMC and all that stuff, you might see a fair value gap and all that stuff, because we don't all look at the market the same way, right? I basically just anticipate this range until we get a clear breaker structure, and that's basically it, right? You can't complicate things with FX goes 10.1. Yeah, we got AUD that I'm currently on long for over here, and I'm gonna show you guys this move, not this move, but this way of trading, which is actually very easy, very simple to understand, because I would assume a lot of retail traders would have come in there and said, yeah, it looks like a sell, but yeah, so that is exactly why I didn't sell. Let me close it. I don't know why that came up. So there was a gentleman who asked me about that, so I'm just letting you guys know I do not use that. In any case, AUD USD, as you can see, this market is trading clearly at a level of resistance. The market broke also above this level of support, never came back to test it as resistance. I still anticipate this market to continue lower, but once again, we need to see which way the dollar index is going to go, right? Alternatively, a clear break above this level will definitely send the index not that high. That's overdoing it. And we obviously got this structure that we need to take into consideration. That's it. So very easy. Okay, next up we've got GBP USD also. Sorry about these lines, but I probably did an analysis, not an analysis. We've got a geo over here that's also trading at resistance. Now you guys must remember one thing: when a market looks this obvious, it's almost most of the time not that obvious, right? So because we do expect the dollar to increase in value, I would probably like to see, excuse me, this market to pull back here potentially before we get an actual breakout. But again, that determines now that is on the basis that the dollar index actually increases in value, that we are going to see this move to the downside, right? If and only if the dollar index breaks below this structure, then by all means you can start looking for continuation to the upside, right? But I can only be reactive and not predictive. I know there's some of you who predicts the market, and you're probably gonna come on here and say, yeah, but I see it's fine. It's fine. I'm not saying you're wrong. If you see a buy, it's a buy. If you see a sell, it's a sell. I'm just sharing my opinion about the way I trade, because I mean we all are different, right? Guys, that's it. I will drop a good strategy video for you guys tomorrow that you can watch, which I do feel it's going to be useful, right? I never day trade, but I've basically been using this to day trade. So I'm not gonna tell you click the link in the bio below and go to my website and go sign up for the no. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna put it on here, and I'm going to hope that the video gets 1 million views so YouTube can pay me 25 to 30,000 rand, so that I can actually say that I make money through YouTube, right? Any case, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the support. And as always, cheers for yes.